I'm now going to call upon Tal Heinrich, who is a spokesperson for the Prime Minister's Office of the Prime Minister of the State of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. Tal, right now, so many of the world leaders are pressuring Israel to do things that would undermine our national security, such as this unilateral move to create a Palestinian state. Share with us the Prime Minister's opinion, the Prime Minister's point of view, and the unanimous opinion of the Israeli government on these matters.
First, it's my pleasure to be here, and thank you so much for demonstrating moral clarity, for showing us support. It's been an incredible experience to walk down these halls here at the NRB, and really, it's heartwarming. And you see, yes, it's true. There's pressure out there. There's also a lot of support. But it's important to mention that we are not fighting this war for support, although it's a great thing to have on your side when you're fighting a most justified war, nor the lack of support is something that will stop us. We're fighting because we faced, and we're still facing an existential genocidal threat called Hamas. And we've been in this tough neighborhood for more than 3,000 years. You guys here know the connection. You keep reminding the world of it, and it's important. And we know what it takes to survive in such a neighborhood. And right now we say that Hamas must be gone. We've said it many times that we oppose any kind of one-sided recognition of a Palestinian state because this is counterproductive. It will not bring peace. It will do exactly the opposite. It will be an enormous prize for the perpetrators of the October 7th massacre and the atrocities. And we know that appeasing terrorists never panned out well throughout history. That's a fact. That's a fact. And the Prime Minister has repeatedly said that any kind of settlement between Israel and its Palestinian neighbors is something that should be negotiated in direct negotiations without any preconditions. We've said it before, October 7th, we said it now. And anyone out there who truly cares about peace, cares about security of Israel, and cares about Palestinian civilians would have called for the surrender of Hamas, would have said, lay down your arms now, surrender, and bring the hostages back home. The fact that it's so easy for us here to say it, yet seems to be difficult. It's institutions like the United Nations, for example, that is outrageous. That is what every leader of a nation in the free world, civilized world, should have been calling for.
I would add to what you're saying that the United States is a signatory to the Oslo Accords. And according to the Oslo Accords, written in the Oslo Accords, any settlement must be bilaterally negotiated. And therefore, these calls by the current U.S. administration for unilateral recognition of a Palestinian state are actually a material breach of the Oslo Accords by the U.S. government if they were to go forward.
Tal Heinrich with Prime Minister Netanyahu's office. We are very impressed with the resolution that the NRB is looking at passing, just helping people, evangelicals, to understand the terminology in Israel is important, especially in our climate that we live today. So what are your reflections toward what the resolution that we just talked about?
You know, it's interesting. I'm Israeli. English is my second language, being born and raised in Israel. And for us, it's a given. It's Yehuda v'Shomron. It's not even an issue. If you open Israeli news TV, you watch the news, if there's a report about that area of land, it's Yehuda v'Shomron. So it's I don't want to say it's funny that we even have to discuss this issue, but yes, when I speak to the international media, it's true. Sometimes you do have to use the term the West Bank if you want to explain to an audience that has no clue about, because they've gotten used to it over the years. But yes, terminology matters. It creates reality.
And a resolution like this, or an organization like the NRB that is very much outwardly supporting Israel, how important is that to Israel?
The support that I've personally experienced being here has been incredible. It's an in-the-know audience that remembers what got us to where we are today, historically and in more recently, as of October 7th, I don't have to remind people here why Israel is fighting a war that it didn't want and didn't start. I don't have to talk about moral clarity with people here because I don't want to say it's part of their faith. It's part of their being. It's in them, which is incredible. And we're so appreciative of this. We know that we stand for the exact same values all over the American people, and this relationship that we have is so unique because we share the same values, and we know what the United States would have done facing a similar situation. The good people of this country, people of good conscience, understand what Israel is dealing with, an unprecedented scale of barbarism and brutality, an unprecedented challenge that we are fighting with an unprecedented effort.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all that you do.